You probably think you need a groundbreaking idea to become a billionaire, right? Like inventing the next iPhone or launching a game-changing social media app. But what if I told you that some of the wealthiest people on the planet made their fortune by doing things that sound, honestly, pretty boring? Today, I'm going to tell you about 10 boring business ideas that made real billionaires. No hype, no fancy tech, just businesses that solve simple, everyday problems. Let's get into it. All right, first up, trash collection. Yeah, garbage. Wayne Huizenga started with just one garbage truck, that's it. But he knew something smart. Everyone needs their trash picked up all the time, forever. He started buying up small waste companies and eventually built Waste Management Inc., one of the largest trash companies in America. He didn't invent anything new. He just picked up garbage better than anyone else. And it made him a billionaire. Next, self-storage units. Think about it. People buy way too much stuff. Then they run out of space. So what do? They rent a storage unit. That's where public storage comes in. Wayne Hughes co-founded it. And all he really did was build rows of empty rooms and charge people monthly rent to store their junk. It's so simple, it almost sounds like a scam. But it's not. It's a $40 billion industry. And Hughes, he died a billionaire. Third, vending machines. Those little machines you ignore at the mall, big business. Nathaniel Leverone started putting vending machines in busy areas back in the 1920s. He believed in automation way before it was cool. Today, vending machines are a $30 billion industry. Low maintenance, no employees, just snacks, drinks, and passive income. There are people who own hundreds of these and make a small fortune without ever talking to a single customer. Now, let's talk about parking lots. Yup, just empty spaces. The Reuben brothers made a massive amount of money buying up parking lots in major cities. And here's the genius. They didn't need to build anything new. They just owned land in the right places and charged people to stop their cars there. In places like New York or London, one space can bring in $50 a day. Now imagine you own hundreds of them. The math adds up fast. It's the real estate version of boring brilliance. Number 5, cardboard boxes. Seriously, what's more boring than a cardboard box? But look around. Every online order you've ever gotten came in a box. E-commerce can't exist without them. That's why companies like Packaging Corporation of America and International Paper are worth billions. And the people behind these companies? Quietly, absurdly rich. All from a product you immediately throw away. Now this one is especially unglamorous. Porta-potties, portable toilets. No one likes them, but everyone needs them. Festivals, construction sites, outdoor events, they can't operate without sanitation. That's where United Site Services comes in. They own and rent out tens of thousands of porta-potties across the US, and they're valued at over $1 billion. It smells bad, but the profits smell amazing. Moving on, industrial laundry. Imagine washing dirty uniforms for a living. That's what Cintas Corporation does. They rent uniforms, then collect, clean, and return them week after week. It's not exciting, but it's absolutely necessary for restaurants, factories, hotels, hospitals, you name it. Founder Richard Farmer took a towel rental business and built it into a $60 billion company. You heard that right, $60 billion. He literally washed his way to billionaire status. Okay, number 8, pet food. You might know Mars Inc. for their candy bars, Snickers, M&Ms, all that sweet stuff, but their real money comes from feeding cats and dogs. They own brands like Pedigree and Whiskas, and their pet food division actually makes more money than their chocolate. The Mars family keeps a super low profile, but they're worth over $100 billion, and a big chunk of that comes from cans of cat food. Number 9, bottled water. Water, the stuff that literally falls from the sky, you can get it for free from your sink, but companies figured out how to sell it back to you in a plastic bottle at $3 a pop. Fiji water, Evian, Nestle Waters, billion-dollar brands, all selling something that's free. Stuart Resnick, who owns Fiji Water, made a fortune by turning water into a luxury item. It's one of the biggest profit margins in the entire food and beverage world, and it's just water. Last one, funerals. Nobody wants to talk about them, but that's kind of the point. Death is guaranteed. And when it happens, people are willing to pay, usually a lot, because they're grieving, overwhelmed, and not in a place to shop around. Service Corporation International owns thousands of funeral homes across North America. They quietly built a billion-dollar business just by handling the inevitable. Robert Waltrip, the founder, built his empire by simply being the first national player in a fragmented, highly personal industry. One casket at a time, he made it to billionaire status. So what do all these businesses have in common? They're boring, predictable, often overlooked, but they solve constant, unavoidable problems. Trash. Storage, toilets, parking, laundry, water, even death, they don't rely on trends or buzzwords or hype, and that's exactly why they work. You don't need to be flashy to be successful. You just need to solve a problem, one that people will always have. So maybe the next billion-dollar idea isn't about being cool. Maybe it's about being useful in the most boring way possible. Which one surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more weird stories of how everyday people built billion-dollar businesses, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sometimes boring is brilliant.